Hey, I'm getting everything organized in my house, which is a travel trailer. Well, it's actually a fifth wheel toy hauler, but who's really counting? And we're to the point today where I got my kitchen clean and I'm trying to get everything kind of organized because 2026 is right around the corner. And I've got big goals for 2026. Huge goals for 2026. And I'm really super excited because I know it's coming. I know it's coming around. And with all the new stuff that I'm going to come up with in the next... Well, first of all, I'm gonna launch the channel, I think, the live stream channel, where I'm going to live stream 24/7. I'm going to launch that at the beginning, or I should say the end of this month. And I will let you know what the channel name is at that point. Greetings, Love and Life 1980. How we doing, everybody? So I'm really excited. I've got a lot of excitement, a lot of energy today. And so I decided to live stream while I clean up. I got a lot of this just crap I got to get organized and cleaned up, and you know, all the fun stuff of the universe. And you know, there's just things that have come to my mind about. There's so much crap on the internet about this Mondavi guy in New York. And you know, if I'm going to talk about politics for a minute, it's not going to be like anti-government, anti-anything. What it is going to be is, I'm 41 years old. I more than likely have a higher IQ and more intelligence than 99.9% of politicians, including Mondavi. Okay? And I even know that the shit he's promising, it's not possible. The guy got elected on a promise that he cannot possibly keep. It's impossible. But see, when you're 33, turning 34 years old, and you've never had to suffer a day in your life, you've been shoved a silver spoon in your mouth 90% of your life, you have no idea how the world really works. University, education does not teach us how the world really works. It doesn't do it anymore. It isn't like the days when I went to college. When I graduated college 22 years ago, it wasn't the same as it is today. Today, they no longer prepare you for the world. They prepare you for politics and socialism. Okay? So it's not the same. And the problem is these guys are running out of excuses. So now they're running on communist values when they don't even understand what true communism really is. And when people make stupid comments that some guy is a Marxist, like that's something that a lot of Republican politicians keep throwing around, they have no idea what a real Marxist is. They have no idea. It's like the politicians think that we're all idiots and we're uneducated about how our system works. Republicans, Democrats, left wing, right wing, you know, pro-life, pro-choice, doesn't matter what your political stance is. We're all more intelligent than these politicians are. But the problem is when your politicians don't even understand how your government really works, how your system works. When you have guys like Mondavi that have no idea that we do not live in a pure capitalist society. We have not lived in a pure capitalist society since 1971. And actually, if you want to go further back, we haven't been part of a pure capitalist society since 1945. Okay? Why? How? Because we've always been a hybrid. We've always had a hybrid system since after World War II, because if we didn't have a hybrid system, and if we didn't take ourselves off the gold standard and make the dollar debt, our economy would have been snapped in half by 1985, 1986. Hey, Kathy Conrad. I see Paula Stewart's in the house. So the reality is these idiots on the right and the left of the political spectrum in America don't even know how our system really works. They just think that if they cut taxes and cut this and cut that and add to this and add to that, they think add and subtraction is the way that government should operate in America. When in reality, the federal government realistically should pretty much focus on lawmaking, not on social issues. And should focus in on how to decrease inflation, how to deregulate the entire system where it creates, how do I put it? It creates competition. It creates entrepreneurship. Okay, let me give you guys a great example. We're going to use New York City because New York City is a big topic. New York City has, I don't remember the exact number, you have to Google it yourself, but we're going to use the number 100. If you build a complex with more than 100 units or 100 or more units, as an example, you have to make half of your apartments rent controlled. So if you look, the guys are like, well, then I'll just build one with 99. So regulation is actually jacked up prices across the entire U.S. because what happened is all this regulation that has been placed upon companies in the name of environmental protection, in the name of protecting the people and protecting the poor, that's what it is in the name of, has actually made the poor worse off. And now it's too late for government to intervene to make things right. It's too late. The government just needs to get out of the people's way, deregulate, let housing be built at an all-time big pace, and watch how rents drop. Watch how grocery prices drop. Watch how the price of goods and services goes down. AI is not going to salvage us getting things cheaper. AI is going to transform the economy from a 40-hour work week to a 30-hour work week. It's actually going to decrease everybody's monetary value and wealth in the U.S. that is in the middle class. Now, some people are happy with that. I would say probably half the country probably is happy that a full-time employee with benefits will be a 30 or 32-hour employee. And that 4-day work week at 7 to 8 hours a day is going to be the norm. Okay? So a lot of people might be happy with that, and that's okay. But the reality is AI is not going to drop the prices of things. It's going to raise them. AI is a beautiful thing. I love AI, but it's going to raise the cost of living. It's going to raise everything because we haven't gotten to the fundamentals of what drops prices, supply and demand. In the RV industry and the boat industry have deflation that has occurred in the used RV market, and profit margins are at an all-time low in the RV industry, the industry I'm in. All-time low, folks. It has never been this bad for a profit margin. So consumers are getting the best prices based on profit margin, not based on the actual price, but getting the best price based on the percentage of profit margin that they've ever had in the history of the RV industry. But how do you bring the price and cost down? It starts with deregulation. Period. End of report. It starts with deregulation. You have to allow the rich to get richer. The rich are going to get richer no matter what you do. The politicians like Mondavi, like Nancy Pelosi, will never ever give up their wealth. They're never going to sacrifice their wealthy friends' wealth. Okay? Never. So no matter what we do, no matter who you vote for, if you vote Democrat, you vote Republican, no matter who that politician is, if they believe in regulating anything when it comes to building or manufacturing goods and services within the United States of America, they are anti-middle class. They are anti-American. Period. Because they are going to make the rich richer no matter what. So I'd rather have the rich get wealthier while we get wealthier and have a better cost of living. We're never going to change the 1%. The 1%'s never going to change. More people will become a part of the 1%, but it'll still be 1%. Never gonna freaking change. Excuse my language to everybody that hates me cussing. It's never going to fucking change. Ever. Like Chris Jericho says in the WWF, ever. Never gonna happen. So would you rather get poor while the rich get richer, or would you rather have them get richer as we get wealthier? That's the question everybody has to ask themselves when they go and vote for anybody. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care if you're a Republican. I don't care if you're a far left living socialist liberal or a far right hugely conservative overly Christian overbearer. Don't care. You have to look at what the reality is. Reality is in the middle. Deregulation, allow more manufacturing and building and construction of energy, power plants, nuclear power plants, solar, wind, oil, housing. You allow more things to be built with human hands and constructed, the more it drives prices down. The supply goes up, prices go down, everybody's happy, wages stay stagnant, but as prices go down, your wages will feel like a price increase, like a actual bump in pay. So the bump in pay a lot of people got during COVID will actually be a realistic reality of building wealth. But you gotta deregulate things. You can't keep having regulation to make illegal immigrants have medical insurance, driver's license, insurance. You can't do it. I don't care what country they came from. I don't care if they're here for 4 years as a student and decided, nope, I'm not leaving. You can't keep those folks here and keep paying for them to be here. It doesn't work. Pencil out. It doesn't work. When they come in, and they come in a legal sense, the proper way, which the proper way is to become a permanent resident, become a full-time work visa, whatever that looks like for everybody, whether it's giving people that are asylum seekers, some sort of, visa, whatever the case may be. Okay? We got to sit back and realize that that's more beneficial to the United States of America, its citizens, its residents, and its student visitors than it is to sit there and shell out shit. Because let me give you guys an example. I was in a car accident not that long ago. And the car accident was caused by a guy that was from Argentina. He was here illegally. He had a California driver's license, but no insurance. Do you know that I can't sue him? Nice enough guy. Not like he's a horrible person. He seems like a really nice guy, family man, just here in the U.S. to feed his family, okay? Because he gets, he's trying to make money to support his family back in Argentina. But my medical bills are not covered under his insurance, and it's his fault in his accident. My insurance company gave me the middle finger and said, well, you got to go after him because the police said it's his fault. So it's not beneficial to anybody. It's not beneficial to any party when you allow things to be open. And when we make a big correction, we have to stop bitching and complaining about it. Because that's all we do. We bitch and we complain about we want to change, but then the change starts occurring and, oh my God, I mean, it just looks so bad that, we're kicking these people out. Dude, I mean, it is what it is. But at the same time, vote for people that actually will change the immigration laws and make it easier for someone that wants to come here and work. Stop voting for these idiots that keep repeating the same fucking cycle all day. Start voting for somebody that actually wants to make a damn change. Stop voting for the same stupid knuckleheads that keep doing the same shit over and over again. Stop voting for Bernie Sanders. He keeps his mouth opens, but lies come out. Stop voting for Ted Cruz. His mouth opens, but lies come out. Stop voting for all these guys that are career politicians. Vote for somebody that goes to work at 4 a.m. to go drill and weld steel to build a building. Go vote for somebody that actually had to live in a car while he was recovering from a divorce. Vote for a gal who actually had to try to grind her way through nursing school. Stop voting for these asshole politicians that have a silver spoon in their mouth. If we all stop doing that and start actually being like voting for people that actually give a damn about the United States and humanity, not these jackasses looking for 15 minutes of fame every day, we'd actually have a pretty decent country running. But instead, we keep voting for Mandabis. With the Mandabis, we keep voting for the Trumps, we keep voting for the Bidens, we keep voting for all these jackasses instead of voting for actual human beings that care about everyday man and everyday human being. And a 34-year-old New York City mayor is not the answer. Because the kid has a silver spoon in his mouth and he is anti-Semitic, he's anti-everything, and he's anti-American. We don't need that. We need the guy that owns the deli shop in Brooklyn. That's what we needed. We need a guy in the 5 boroughs or a gal in the 5 boroughs that grinds every day and is a real New Yorker. That's what New York really needed. New York needed a real New Yorker, not a part-time New Yorker who happens to have a residence there but loves Florida. But no, let's vote for the guys that sit and promise shit that can't be delivered, that have no chance of being delivered. No chance. Because you don't understand how the system works. It's never gonna happen. Free buses, never gonna happen. Free child care, never gonna happen. Never gonna happen. I know that's what everybody wants, but it's not going to happen. You know what free child care is? I'll tell you what free child care is. Make enough money where you don't have a spouse or a partner or a co-parent that helps take care of the kids. Be good with your family so your mom and dad will help you out. Find a side hustle at home. Be okay with not having a frickin' Louis Vuitton wallet or an Armani suit or a Mercedes S-Class. Be okay with just being a normal person that works a 9 to 5 while they're raising their kids. Be okay with it. And then you don't have to have child care. You don't have to have daycare. You don't have to pay thousands of stupid dollars a month for the most ridiculous shit on earth that teaches the kids nothing. Just a bunch of adults sitting back, kicking back, doing drugs and drinking alcohol while the kids are running around rampant watching whatever they want on YouTube or TikTok. I mean, it's just, we live in a ridiculous ass society. It's stupid. I'm to the point, like literally, I'm to the point where I'm just sick and tired of it. Maybe it's because I'm getting old. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm just getting old. And maybe I'm just sick and tired of just watching and listening to stupidity all day. Maybe I'm just sick of it. I get sick of it in the RV business. Maybe I'm just sick of it now because I'm just tired of listening to everybody's bullcrap. I'm tired of listening to all the malarkey and baloney that gets talked about on the internet because somebody's looking to be famous. Oh, I want to get the ad revenue. Just tired, man. I didn't even plan on being sick and tired of this. I want to make this a positive day, but I guess I gotta let a little bit of crap out every once in a while. Yeah, they have uninsured motorists, but my medical bills won't be covered. The car got covered, but medical bills won't. That's what happens when we allow people in a country with no driver's license. We're the only country in the world that allows illegal immigration. Only one. We're the only ones. Switzerland doesn't allow it. Socialist countries don't even allow illegal immigration. You're kicked out of the country. It's ridiculous. It's tired, man. Tired of just listening to stupid people that do not have a bloody clue about how the world really works. Stupid. Okay. I think I got that done. That shows you how dirty the floor was. Okay. Climb it up. Gotta clean the toilet now. Ew. El Toiloto. Toilet and shower. But you know what? I'll tell you what. People don't realize how much the rich will always have power over politicians and politics. But the rich like getting richer. And when they get richer and they watch other people get richer with them, they're happier. But when you put regulation on them, they're like, why would I want to even deal with this crap? That's literally, you know, I was listening to a podcast the other day, and there's a guy who owns a tech company in the Bay Area, and he's moving out. He's moving out of the Bay. He's moving out of Northern California because he's being overregulated, and he's been sued like 9 times by employees that have less than 1 year work experience with him. Less than 1 year, and they're suing him for bad working conditions. I mean, it just gets to a point. You know? When the rich get tired, they move on. The rich just move on. And they go to places where they can continue to be rich. They don't go to places where they can be poor. I'll tell you that much. rich people do not go to places to be poor. A lot of guys that became billionaires have left cities just over stupidity. But who cares, right? See, my income is no longer dependent on the rich. My income is dependent upon everybody now. So I don't have the worries I did a year or two ago. Figured out how to make money on my own. You know, how to make money from large social media companies. How to take their money and make more money. So I'm no longer worried about it. But I'll tell you one thing. State of California didn't get a dime of my money. Alright. Bathroom pretty much is cleaned up. Alright. Okay, that's all done. Now let's clean up the mess of over here. Alright. Cola. I forgot my trash bag. Throw away all the garbage. I have to get more toilet paper out of the officina. Okay. La, da, 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 da. Da, da, da. Da, da, da. All right, I'm out for a little bit. Thanks, guys.